27th of February 2022. I still cannot believe we are in 22. Sometimes when I write the day, I'm for 21. I'm sure a lot of people can relate. So today I am back and I hope everyone has a oh my friend and friends. Every time that I'm on I'm live, that's when people texting me. So I hope everyone had a blessed day and you had the 2021 very good. I know 2019, 2020, 2021, they were very tough years. And if you are in life, you should be grateful because a lot of people, they no longer in life. And as long that you can breathe, you should have hope. That's how I think in life. That's my philosophy in life. So today I came to speak about the reason why you should not stay in an abusive relationship for too long. First, nobody should stay, to be honest with you, in an abusive relationship, because one thing that I do believe, no one deserves to be abused, right? And unfortunately, some situation, especially, we are stuck in it. And when you have children, you're married to that person, and if you are staying at home mom, so a lot of time abusers, they don't only abuse you emotional or physical, they also abuse you financial, and they want to make sure that you don't have no support around you, no money, nothing, because they the plan is to keep you as a slave. So one thing that I realize to people, and I've I am one of them, a victim of domestic violence, and I spoke to a lot of women who've been through this type of situations, and they might not be abused physically, or they probably been through it, but they are ashamed to tell you the truth. Instead, they will tell you just, oh, he's cheating, he's this, he's that, he's screaming. But if you've been to an abusive relationship, you know how it starts. He start by calling you names. That's the way that they want to put your self-esteem very low. So as long that they can insult you and you don't defend yourself, they're gonna start by putting hands on you, right? And that's why I always tell people, an abuser, they really, it doesn't matter how abusive they are, they know with who to abuse the most, right? And because they can feel, they know with what they can get away with. And everyone everyone has some fear. If they see your personality, like you someone who let them go with, like, whatever they did to you, you just let it go, or you show them your weakness, you're always crying, or you just like you breaking in front of them, and they like that because they feel like you're weak, you don't have no support, you you're just so easy. Unfortunately, that's how abuser they think. So the reason why I'm saying that staying in an abusive relationship longer and longer actually destroying you. I don't care how much money you got from that person. I don't care. I know a woman actually who stayed in an abusive relationship for 18 years because she wanted alimony, right? But that lady now is 50. She's 49 or 50. She's around those age, like late 40s or 50. So all these years, the best time of your life, you let it spend for, because you have planned, you could have work, you could have find a way to coming out, and instead you stay in it because you have planned that I want to stay 18 years in order for me to get alimony, which I don't find it smart. But everyone actually, they can think the way they want to, especially when you are educated, you have a degree, you could have work. So one thing that I realize, for people who've been to this type of situation for long, they become very, very bitter. Very bitter. they no longer themselves. Longer you stay with someone, you started taking the habits without even knowing it. And I can tell you, I see that with my ex-husband. When I was living with him, that's one of the reasons I said, this is not who I am. I'm not that woman, and I don't want to be in that type of nonsense, because I am someone who is very caring for others, and people who is very very judging people by what they have, or if you don't have this type of money or you don't have this type of degree, you are lower than me, I don't even look at you. To me, you are less human than I didn't like the way he sees other, even people who was working for us. So it takes a lot of energy as a human being, a good person, to be with someone who is abusive. And it's very, very mental, it's very emotional, and it takes a long time to be healed from this type of people. So longer you stay, more damage you do to you. And that's why I stayed in an abusive relationship for 5 years, right? And my ex, he was more mainly emotionally with me. So he pushed me when I was pregnant of my son. That's the first thing he did. And when he physical, and from there I thought I was in a dream. Second, he raised his hand in my face. That was all. Buona noche, Linda. And welcome, bonsoir, good evening. So even I stay 5 years with this man, we say 4 years and a half. For me, it's almost like 20 years I stay with him, because I need more than 3 years to get healed. I need so many years to spend with myself, to get myself back, to understand, to heal. And I'm still dealing with him, because I have kids with him, and the fact that he wants to come back with me, I don't want. He always calling me in court, he's using my children against me. And the fact that he has some money, he is paying people to make my life miserable and have people in court protecting him. Because if you're dealing with a narcissist who has money, you better be ready for war. And that's how they are. They don't like to lose, they like to be in control. When they cannot control you, they want to destroy you. So that's one of the reasons I do believe, if you don't have children, you don't have any child with someone, you are in an abusive relationship, please call the hotline. Call, try to, even you don't know what to do, you have to speak up. Don't let the abuser telling you can't have friends and trying to put in your mind everybody is bad. That's one thing they do. They make you believe everyone is bad. Now I understand why my ex-husband was like that. Even my friend from France came on vacation, and she said, let's go to the mall, and my son was there. He said, I'm not going with his son. He wasn't even there. He was at work. He act like it's only his child, because they just want you to be home. They just want you to be slave. To be honest with you, those people, I feel like they had been to so much trauma as a child, and they have so much, I don't know, their heart is just broken so deep, and they need to abuse someone in order for them to feel good, to feel powerful. They have low self-esteem. They have so many issues. I can't even explain so many issues that I deal with this man. And unfortunately, they're not number one person who will try to search for help. And those people, they don't want help, because they think everything is fine, because they know what they're doing is wrong. They don't want a therapist to pointing out to them, you have this issue, you have this issue. So they prefer living with the damage and trying to destroy another person's life. So longer you stay in this situation, you're gonna get hurt, you're gonna be destroyed. And unfortunately, one thing that I realized with so many women who've been to an abusive relationship, instead of them looking for help from others, they destroying the relationship with friends who could be there for them. Because you know what, you ended up by questioning everyone. You have trust issue now, because you were with someone who you trusted so much. Because a lot of time when we are with an abuser, he make us believe, he manipulate us so deep, make us believe everyone is bad. Everyone is bad. There's a point in my life, my ex, even my best friend in France, he has a problem with her. My sister, he has a problem with her. I'm like, that's crazy. He has to break my phone, destroy my clothes. This is things that a lot of women, we're not open to speak about, because it's a shame. We know it's wrong, but we deal with it. And I know I will not deal with that person. I said, you know what? It's just I'm waiting for the right time to come by. And that's why I want to tell you that when someone is doing things like that to you, you have to stand for yourself. I don't say if it's a very very violent person, don't go just go think you are strong, you can fight him, because those people, they can kill you. They don't care, right? You have to be very smart, very intelligent, and call when you're outside. Call when you're outside. Um, try to call the hotline. Try to find some domestic violence shelter that can protect you. Try to call the police if the police in you, because a lot of times when you don't tell the police what we're dealing with, at the end it's too late, and the court doesn't care. The state that I live, to be honest with you, is the worst thing when it comes to domestic violence situation for women in the United States. Florida state is not a state that really protect domestic violence situation, and in that case, you're gonna have to deal with triple abuse. You know why I said that? Because if you're dealing with someone who is highly manipulative, someone who has personality disorder, narcissistic disorder, this person has money. What they're gonna do? They're gonna make you look crazy in front of the court. So that's mean your own lawyer might turn against you, because if your lawyer doesn't have any experience in narcissist, and if your lawyer is not trustworthy, because narcissistic person, they don't have no shame. They will pay your lawyer to not fighting your case, or to just give up on your case. I'm telling you that right now. That is the pure truth. Narcissists people, they can do anything to just destroy you, because their plan is to win. They fighting to win. I don't know for what reason. All they want to do is being in control, lies. Narcissists, they don't have no shame. So you're gonna have to fight your own battle. You're gonna have to fight the court system, because a lot of judges, to be honest with you, they don't have no knowledge about domestic violence situation. The way they go through it is so transactional, is divorce, this, that, and they don't go about emotional distress that this person put on you. So you are the one who has to fight that. I had to do that by myself. I have to spend time with myself. I have to do meditation. I have to pray. I have to do my own therapy, find my own therapist. God provided for me. And I met women that losing their mind. I met women that they are become addicted to opioid. Women who ended up by being alcoholic addicted, and women who lose their whole entire life because a crazy abuser. And that's why I am here to tell you, because you know what? One thing that I know, I've been through this, because I do believe God, and I talked to my friend last time. I do believe God put me through this for me to see, because a lot of times you have to go to some tribulation in order for you to make a change in the world, in order for you to be related to someone else's situation. And every time that I go to the court in the domestic violence unit, I always find a woman who always had the same story as me, or something is broken my heart, because I said, wow, this thing is getting worse and worse. And due to the COVID-19, the abusers, they become worse, because those women, they don't have nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Longer you stay, longer you're going to destroy yourself. Longer you're gonna be in deep damage. Longer you're gonna need more work into yourself to get yourself back. Don't allow this abuser to tell you don't have friends. This person is jealous. This person is jealous. This person is this. And when God sends somebody on your way, you don't know for what reason. You don't know for what reason. Put your nonsense on the side by thinking everyone is against you, by thinking this person is bad, by having nonsense jealousy, because, or by, I don't know. I met some woman, to be honest with you. I met one woman, and she is a very smart woman. She is in an abusive relationship, because abusive is not only when your man raise his hand on you. When a man is cheating you, calling you name, and don't respect you, that's abuse. I don't allow a man to go too deep, too far with me. my ex started doing that, I didn't give him sex. I stopped. Because if you can call me name, you're calling me all this name, that's mean you don't respect me, and I will not open my legs to you. Because God said to cherish your wife as the church. That's mean you should love me. You should not abuse me. Love doesn't hurt. So I met that lady. Her husband cheating on her so many times, leaving the home, blah blah blah. But I was there supporting her. I know even she didn't tell me that the man raised his hands on her. I've been to an abusive relationship. I can feel it, because every time the man came, it's almost like God come to the home. The home has to be clean. It's like intense, you know. Another thing, you don't need, if you've been to an abusive relationship, someone don't need to tell you they are in an abusive relationship. You will know. We have a lot of tick, right? Sometimes it's pulling the hair. I was like that. Sometimes it's cracking because this person put so much stress on you. You ended up by having some tick you don't even know. Sometimes it's peeling your face, hair in your face, you don't even know. You're looking for something. It's like those people, they are intense. And that's how you're losing yourself. You are losing yourself into this non-situation, into this nonsense situation. And I want to tell you, if you have a friend, is there for you, and you ended up, longer you stay in this relationship, you becoming like a nonsense person. Because you know what? Your brain is no longer the same. Somebody took over your brain, manipulate you so deep, making it, now he has power over you. And you know the things that really helped me to come out in this is God. I am a very faithful person. Even I don't used to go to church all the time. Sometimes I didn't have the energy to pray. I said, God help me. That's all I have to say. I said, God help me. And every time he calls me names, I say, thank you, God bless you. And he's making fun of me. But God knows what he was doing. God knows, God was working to remove me there. But those people, they are so manipulative. They are so manipulative. They are so dangerous. They can put a whole community against you. When you have one friend or two friends or family member, this is the time to stay closer to them. I'm telling you. Don't be a nonsense person by keeping everyone away from you. Even people who is there for you. You turn against that person. Now you're by yourself. Nobody is there for you. There's a point in my life, people that I said, and I ended up, when I went back to my ex in 2015, I cut them off because I didn't want to tell people what's going on. Not like I cut them off, I just didn't speak to them. Because as a wife or a husband, nobody wants to tell people what's going on into the relationship, right? So, and thank God, I'm someone who is very humble. And when I went back, I told them, I'm sorry, I've been to this thing, I didn't want you to know. Some people, they're not able to even tell people that. They just stay in the trauma by themselves. And it's not good. Longer you stay, worse it's going to get. And another thing, when women or men stay in an abusive relationship for longer, they become more angry. They can't control their emotion. And I saw it with so many women. You've been in it so long. You see the negativity through him. You started acting out like him. And when you arrive in court, you can't even defend you because you're so upset. Or when you are in a situation, you go to pick up your children in school, he put the owner of the school against you. I lived that, and I met another lady at the court who is living that right now. So if you're married to a successful narcissist, an abuser, you're ready to leave him, get ready to deal with those situations. You have to be mentally prepared for it. They will put a whole community against you. And that's why I want to speak up about that. Last time I went to the court, I met that young lady. She was crying. She was in tears. And she reminded me how I felt in 2018. And I just felt like that lady is me. I just felt it. And oh my God, she just bring back my memory with the bad thing that I was living when I left this crazy man. And the lady was just in tears when I walked to the court, when I walked to fill out a paper. And she said, "Are you a lawyer?" I said, "No, I'm not. I'm just trying to defend myself." And she said, and she has, her eyes she was in tears. And I said, "Are you okay?" And the sad thing about Florida, nobody cares. Nobody cares. In New York City, I'm telling you right now, when I went back to New York, I got a lawyer. I got support. Florida is the worst state when it comes to domestic violence situation. There's no pro bono lawyers. There's no help. There's domestic violence shelter. They don't really help you out. And the man, he can be an abuser to his children, or she can be an abuser to her children. He can be an abuser to you, or she can be an abuser to you, until you almost die or you die. That's when they take action. And they don't understand. A lot of people who've been to abusive relationship, they don't speak up because of the manipulation. And that's why I am there to speak up, to tell you, ladies, you have to leave early. You have to protect yourself, because longer you stay, more damage you're gonna do to yourself. To finish my story, I met that lady. She was in tears. She was crying. And I said, "What happened?" She said, she lost a child less than a year ago, less than 2 years ago. And she had another child. She had bruises on her face, here. The man and the mother of the man kicked her out of the home. She only have the car key, even her ID, everything. He keep the baby. And she said, she came to file a pickup order. A pickup order is when someone have your child and they don't have the right, they don't have full custody, so you're gonna send a pickup order to send the police to pick up the children. And that lady, she was crying. She went to the school. You know why I know it's almost like my situation? Because she said, I went to the school. The school, they refused to give me the kids. That's a married woman. She was a staying-at-home mother. Because the dad has money. He's a narcissist. He knows people. You know what? He put the school against her. And that's what I live. If I didn't live it, I will not believe it. That's why I said a lot of times you have to go to some situation. If now I am no longer judgmental how I used to be, because God showed me, God taught me. In some situation, when you don't know, you just clip it. You cannot judge because you don't know. Some people who doesn't know, they might say, "Oh, those people just talk. Why they wait so long to speak up?" When women came out from abusive relationship or from rape situation, this is when they speaking up. You said, "Oh, why she wait so long?" Because it doesn't. When people been through something really bad, they take time to be healed. Sometimes a rape situation or an abusive situation, some people never heal from it. They never speak up. They die broken. Some people, it takes them years. Some people, it takes 5 years. That's why they cannot speak, because people don't just get hurt and just come out like this and, "Okay, I am healed." That's why in New York City right now you have so many crimes, because they're fighting for the right, but they put the people who was in jail outside, but they don't provide mental health for them. And those people, they've been in jail for a long time. They don't care. They can't find job. They're not prepared mentally. What do you think they're gonna do? They're going to continue to do crimes. Unfortunately, that's how human being, we survive. We are survivor. When we cannot get what we need, our body needs, we're gonna do sometimes things we're not supposed to do. And I want to tell you, talking to that lady, I was there because I said, I thought my situation is bad. Sometimes you need to hear another person's story. And I am so grateful to God that I am still in life and I can speak up for the other victims who are not strong enough to speak. I know one day they will be able to. So that lady had the pickup order, and she went to how do you call that? When you fill an order and you have to file it in the there, and they asked her for $300. she doesn't have the $300, she cannot go pick up her child. That's a woman who has bruises all over her body. And she went to the police. I said what the police said. The police didn't do nothing to her. You hear the world that we're living? And this happened to me. It's happened to me that when I went to pick up my children to the plantation, Kiddie Academy plantation, the daycare, my son used to be in it at this time. The director of the school, the owner of the school, even the police came. They refused to give the kids. You know why? Some people, they don't like you for no reason. And sometimes the narcissist is there having fun with people you don't even know. You have so many rivals you don't even know. You are that woman taking care of your children at home. You think you're the wife, but your crazy husband is sleeping with everyone. Because some women, they don't have no respect for themselves. They're just there working to break relationship, to make other women unhappy or make other men unhappy. I'm going to tell you something right now. If you're dealing with this type of situation, I know you might think, oh, it's because she's no longer in it. I live it. And I'm not better than you. I don't think I'm stronger than you. And when women ask me, how did you deal with it? I said, when I feel weak, I pray. I ask God for strength because I know where to get my strength. As human beings, we are strong enough sometimes to deal with some situation. There's point in life you're gonna feel like you can't do it anymore, but never give up. Really, really never ever give up. You have to stand for yourself, because when people see something on you, they want to destroy you. This is the time to say no, this will not happen. And this is the time for you to know you're right. When I said you're right, I'm not talking about the law right. I'm talking about you as human being, you're right that God gave you. As a child of God, you're not supposed to get abused. You're not supposed to get controlled. People are not supposed to put their hands on you. And you're not supposed to do the same too. And when someone decided to put so much stress on you, you have the right to walk away. And if they decide to destroy you, that's on their business. And one thing that I can say is praying for peace of mind. Pray for peace of mind. I hope you don't have kids with this type of people, because if you do, you're going to live a long, difficult situation. They're going to call you in court Monday to Friday. They're going to hire nonsense lawyer like them, liars. And the lawyer going to even try you. Yesterday I was reading an article about this lady is in another state. She ended up by being in jail from an abusive relationship because the abusers continue to abuse her children. Because the court system make it looks like family together. They don't want to give full custody to one, which makes sense. But if one is not healthy for the child and abusing the child, why would you give custody, sharing custody to someone who's not healthy mentally? So the kids, they always complaining to the mom, and she's making report. And the dad they make her look crazy, and they put her in jail until she hired a lawyer to defend her and find out the man was an abuser. And they know the man, she knows the man is an abuser, but she has to defend herself for the man to say, that's the world that we live in. That's the world that you live in. So Florida State, I want to speak about that. Last time I went to court, my ex-husband lawyer, I report him to the Florida bar, and because he didn't set any hearing, and he just draft, I don't know, the mediator just drafted an order. And when they don't have no proof of my how much money that I make, they didn't set on hearing, it just don't make sense. And also, my former lawyer didn't go in court. Yes, you're gonna deal with some nonsense lawyer like this. My former lawyer didn't go to court, and he ended up by telling me that I have to pay him because he came. She never told me that I have a court date. She didn't also go to court. And now I have to pay him. So in order for me to pay you, I need to know how much you charge this crazy ex-husband, so how many hours you want me to pay you. He couldn't even say it. He ended up by saying he charged my ex-husband $480 hourly. So of course you do that, no problem. Show me the contract and show me the payment that my ex-husband had been made to prove that you really that's the payment that that's the hourly rate that you charge him. He never did, he couldn't show it. And the fact that he drafted an order when there was no hearing, so I felt very upset against it. First of all, I've been dealing with a lot of nonsense in court system, and lawyers that I don't know if they get paid, to be honest with you, to not fighting for me. And they've been very unfairly. So I ended up by reporting him to the bar. So when went to a hearing, he's asking the judge to give me a sanction because I kept filing motion. And at first the judge said, no, we have to go to mediation. And after, when I'm defending myself, the judge said, okay, we open for sanction. I said, Your Honor, why would you give me sanction when I'm defending myself? If somebody files something, I have to answer. And that's when I'm going to tell you, when it comes to Florida law, you have, to be honest with you, in my case, I'm not even going to hire a family law anymore. I'm going to hire a civil attorney, a civil right attorney, because what has been going on, it's very, like my right hasn't been heard. And it's a lot of, I don't even want to use the word, so you guys understand what I mean. And I know the person that I'm dealing with, my ex-husband, I know what he can do very well. That's someone that I lived for 5 years. I know what he can do. So I don't have no problem when somebody do wrong to me to ask for my right to be exist, for them to give me my right. Because as human being, we all have right. Not because you have an accent, not because you dark, not because you black, not because you're a lawyer, not because you're a doctor, that means you have better right than me. The right was writing for everyone. We equal. And if you can't do it, we have to ask why. And that's the place I realized I had to pray a lot, and I have to say, God. And one thing God gave me is I am a brave person. I don't know where I got that from, but it doesn't matter. I don't let people make me scared. I am a fearless person. I don't care you have a lawyer. I don't care. And when I said it, I said, God is my lawyer. God is my lawyer. In this world that you live in, you can't trust anyone. There's good lawyer for sure. But at a point, money can make people do anything. And if you live in a state that is very, very corrupt, you have to be ready to deal with some nonsense. You have to be ready to deal with some nonsense. And you have to put your pants on to understand the law, to sometimes to just be the one to represent yourself. Because I met a lot of people who ended up, they divorced by themselves because they deal with too many unfair lawyers. And to be honest with you, if you're dealing with a narcissist person who has money, you need a good lawyer. You need a good lawyer who knows who is a narcissist person, who has knowledge about narcissistic disorder. Because they're gonna come after you. They're gonna make you look crazy. And the judges, they don't understand. The judges, I had 4 lawyers. Who am I? Who fight in a divorce so long? Who does that? You file for divorce and get out in my face. This man came in 2021 asking me to go back. I said no. In April, this man went back to court fighting like a nonsense person. This is a man who said he's a doctor. He has so many patients taking care. Where do you have time to waste your energy and time calling people in court, lying, asking me to pay you for money? And I want to tell you, there's people you see, they are rich or they have money. They nobody wants to touch them. Ask yourself why. Having money is okay, is good, but your character has a lot to do with the person that you are. When you don't have the simple things in life, you're just a person who just live you the way that you want. You think you're better than everyone. You look down on people who's not the same level as you or not higher than you. You being very, very unhuman. A lot of time people, they don't want to deal with you. And that's why a lot of those narcissistic people, they go after younger girls. My ex, he was 35, I was only 21. I started 22. I got married at 22, so when I did him, I was 21. 21 and a half. He was 35. To tell you, this man, he has way, 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 way much experience than me. And I'm not even 35 yet. To tell you, that's a long time ago. And this man filed for divorce 2 times. Second time, he canceled it. Almost like Kanye West. Kanye. You see what he's doing to Kim Kardashian? He want to divorce. He doesn't want to divorce now. He doesn't want her to be single. He took a woman not long time ago. Now he has a different woman look exactly like his ex-wife. It's like, really? Can you just go away? We adult, and that's the stress that domestic violence situation abuser put on you. If you're not really careful, you can turn crazy. And they are the one who going to, oh, she's crazy. She has emotional, she's not healthy mentally. But they crazy. They telling you crazy. And when they saying things like that, just stay. Don't even say, oh, he's this is. No, just. Trivel, how are you? The situation in Ukraine, to be honest with you, you remember I told you that I removed myself on social media. I think it's really, really, I hate war. I'm a peaceful person, you know. I am everything for peace. My heart is broken for them, to be honest. I don't know how people can just go attack another country like this, you know. It's sad. Again, that's why you don't see me on social media that much. After the Haitian president died like this and there's no justice for him, I felt such a broken heart, and I ended up by understand that we live in a world that things that we used to see in TV, that's what we see in reality. And I said, you know what, I have to give my life to God. Since 2019, I wanted to give my life to God. I truly need to search God's way, because this world is crazy. I don't watch it. I went on Facebook because I deactivated my Facebook, and I went back just to use Facebook Market. And everywhere that I see, one thing that I read not long time ago is they broke the biggest airplane in Ukraine, and I just removed myself because I know myself. I don't like to see so much negativity, but it's heartbreaking. It's sad. Nobody can be happy for this thing. It's crazy to see what's going on into the world. I'm glad you asked me this question, but to be honest with you, I wasn't someone who used to go to church, who was really connected to God. I have faith, but I never been that person like connected, praying deep. And since this relationship that I had, and I see in 2019 what happened, I become so close to God, and He really helps me. Things that I thought I could not remove in my life, like social media, now it's nothing to me. I really don't care about social media. Like, prayer really helps me. And even situation that you think will be, I have people, my friends, they asking me all the time, how did you do it, Mary? How did you deal with that? If it was me, I would turn crazy. I am in peace. It doesn't matter everything that this person throwing at me. I am in peace with myself because I've been praying for peace. And a lot of times, in order for you to be connected, in order for you to focus, you have to remove the distraction. And social media is a lot of distraction, but it's sad what's going on right now, and it's against another part of abuse, because going to someone else's country, just bombard them and try to destroy the whole entire nation, that is crazy. That's, to me, that's wow. But nothing surprises me anymore, because we're living in a crazy world. And that's why, um like, even for people you see who are abusive, those people, they need prayer. Those people, they are broken. And even you care for them, but you have to stay far away from them. Yes, a lot of human right violation, and I hate that, Trivial. I am living it. I live it. I live it in the United States of America, in the state of Florida. I live. Last time I got a consultation with a lawyer. It's a family lawyer. He told me, you need some human rights in this case, and to be honest with you, if you go into the world that we're living now by yourself, and thinking that I had 4 lawyers, oh, you're gonna make it, you might turn crazy, because the world is no longer the same that we used to live. It's because it becomes more complicated. There's more violence. Well, you have to stay away from it. I don't have TV. I don't watch TV for over 10 years. I said 10 years, since I was 18. I never been, probably 20 years. So I don't have TV, I don't have radio. YouTube is my best friend, because I listen to a lot of motivational speeches. I listen to a lot of godly relaxation music. So that's the only social media I use right now, is YouTube, due to spa music, listen to positive message. It really helps me grow and protect me, keep my peace. And that's it. Listen to other YouTubers who've been to some situation, how they transition from a bad situation to a better, by listening some positive words, instead of yes, instead of taking the pressure from social media on us. Because right now it's crazy, because the United States is trying to sanction Russia. They said I heard the president in Russia said anyone who tried to stop them, they will attack them. And this world is wow. It's really wow. And more and more that older that I get, I become less interest into social media, less interest into action movie. It's the thing that I'm living, it's almost like a movie to me. Nothing surprises me anymore. It's like, okay, but it's sad. I know myself, if I'm watching those things, I will start to feel depressed. And I said I don't want to see it, because it's just crazy to see. It's wow. We have to pray for the world. We have to pray for peace, for justice, for people to calm down, because I don't know, I feel like people, they are so greedy. Like, the richer they get, worse they become. And I live with someone like that. They become more selfish, it's all about them, and they're ready to kill for anything. So we need to really pray for justice, for peace. hopefully. And yes, I know that for sure. I live with one where, and he's still doing crimes. When he goes to court, they calling him Dr. Waller. He act like nothing happened. So people with they wealthy and they think money can save them, but there's a time. I always tell people, whatever you do one time, he will come out. And whatever you do, you might think nobody's see you, but there's always someone is watching over you. That's why honesty is very important, because when you're honest, you know you can't do anything for money or for power. For you caring, you when you have this thing in your heart, you can't sell your soul for money or for the fame of the world. And that's one of the reasons, as parents, as human beings also has normal sense, we have to share that the same energy, the same knowledge to our children. Because you know, you don't want the new generation to be the same. You don't want, I feel like the generation is already crazy. You don't want to have worse people in the world. And yeah, that's what I wanted to share. And we have to pray for them. We really, yesterday I prayed for Haiti. I had an interested customer last time. She told me about, she gave me some knowledge about the Bible, how Haitians had a Levi. I don't know, Trivel, if you hear that. Did you know anything about that? So this customer is so, she's not Haitian at all, but she was telling me so much about Haiti, the Haitian in the Bible. We are the Israelite, and we are the true Israelite. She was telling me so many things, and she read the Torah, which is the book of Jewish, and she went to the Old Testament and to prove some of them. I said, wow. So you know about that? I mean, did you know the Haitians were the Levi? Because I didn't know that. When I was in New York City, I used to see those men dressing those black people talking about religion, but I always think they were crazy. And I was telling that to the lady. She said, yes, when they're trying to tell you guys, you don't understand. So she was telling me, and I spoke to that lady. She came to the hotel from Chicago, and I work inside of the hotel restaurant, and she started telling me that the reason why. Oh, okay. That's what she told me. So she said the reason why that the Haitians are into these problems is because the Levi, we were the Levi, and we left God to worship our own, like the devil, like the voodoo, and we ended up by God said we're gonna be slave for 400 years. And you know, it's really and she went to the Bible in the Old Testament, I think it's Exodus, to show that to me. And that lady has so much knowledge. And it's funny because as a Haitian person, I always ask myself, I said, Lord, why this country always has issue? Why? I know we have so many other problems, it's the US, but it's like even we got our independence, our freedom, there's always a natural catastrophic, you know, there's always something. And she was telling me that we will be like, in order for us to move on, we have to go back to God. We have to repent ourselves. We have that's a very wealthy lady who was talking to me, but that lady, she is really into her Bible. She knows. And a lot of people that I listen to, like Dr. Miles Monroe, if you listen to motivational speaker, you will hear him. You will he's no longer in life. This man, he's lesbian. Those people who are very successful people, good, very highly um, motivational speakers, They always talk how the Bible is the book that really inspired them where they are is because of the Bible. And their faith is very strong in God. So I truly believe, and I had a lot of friends. Yes, yes, too many people focus on money first. They focus on money, they focus on materials, they focus on wow, how to manipulate others. I want to be rich. If we follow the rules of God, what we're supposed to do, those things could come to us. Because God can give you anything that you want. You just have to have faith and believe, follow the rules. And I said it, comparing my life and my friend's life to some friends that I have who did everything, who followed the rights, and I can tell anything that you do, you're gonna pay the price for it. And yesterday I was listening to a motivational speech from Dr. Miles Monroe. He said death is a law, and he said people always thought Satan is the one that created death, but God is the one that created it. And he said that wasn't a law until that they eat the fruit. And when God told you don't do something, you do it, you're gonna pay the price. Whatever you think. He said don't have sex before marriage, and you do it, it doesn't matter how you in love, things like that, he will happen. I remember my ex, my first boyfriend, I made him wait for over 2 years and we were okay. Until we had sex, we didn't marry. And we started having so many issues. We ended up and things started to be difficult every time. And I take example on me. And older that I get, smarter that I become to understand what's going on, like what we do wrong sometimes. Sometimes you might think you're not lucky, but you're paying the price that you pay the price of whatever you did. And last night I was praying for Haiti, because after I spoke to that lady, I had to do my research. I see that as we said, to live forever can cause someone to live in misery. So after I spoke to that lady, I just feel the need to just go to Haiti, tell all of you repent. I really want. I don't have no business living in the US. I don't have no business living in France. I want to go in my country. I want to be there. But the country is so bad right now. And I said, if all we have to do is repent ourselves and follow the rules, the rules of God, instead of like doing all these things, just do it. And I was talking. And I said to the lady, I was telling the lady, I said, are we going to really? She said, well, they're stubborn if they don't listen. She said, and the Haitians people, they're so deep into this thing. They are really deep into the voodoo. Even you see them going to church, they in it. And they go to church, they worship. African too, they're the same. Nigerians, they're the same. They worship, they don't look alike at all, but they're doing it. And all this thing, the devil never give you anything for free. The devil never ever give you anything for free. And that's why money is important, but you should not fall in love with money. I had this problem with my ex-husband. He loves money more than anything. People like that, they are dangerous. They can do everything. They can do everything for... I don't know if voodoo, to be honest with you, is just spiritual, because voodoo is more than spiritual. Because as a Haitian person, Haitians, they always said they go to Haiti for you. It's not to do good, it's to kill someone. One thing that I realized with us, we good in this destruction. I can tell you, I have family in Haiti. You know why I don't like voodoo? Because they always easy to do bad, but they never. It's like we know how to destroy, but we don't know how to build. It should not be like that. And the Haitian people, I don't want to say all of them, they are very jealous people, and that's what the devil put in your heart. When you see people are jealous, they don't want other to succeed, they don't want to support other, they don't want to, they're not happy for others, that's not from God, that's from the devil. Haitian people, if you trying to do something in Haiti, they will put voodoo on you. They try to kill you because they don't want you to grow. You know how stupid is that? Someone came to help your own country, help your neighborhood, help because you're not in the same way, you want to destroy them. So you want everyone to be in the same place. And that's one of the reasons Haiti cannot advance. And I'm telling you, I live that with Haitian people who were raised in Haiti. That's why I try to stay away from people who were raised all their life in Haiti. Majority of my friends, they were born in France or they came in France very young. So I never ever leave this situation. When I moved here, I have friends who were raised in Haiti in the 20s, like 27, 30s. And when you don't used to have this type of situation, you think everyone is the same. Oh my God, Haitian people are very jealous women. Not all of them, very, very jealous. You can be there with them, helping them. They are in a trouble, you give them some money. The fact that you have the money, they are jealous. I'm in this situation is a Haitian lady who goes to tell my ex-husband, oh, I have a business, I have this, I have that, due to jealousy. And this woman actually, I used to go to see her. I used to support her. She is in a crazy relationship. I was the only person who speak to her because she is so ignorant. Nobody who met her wants to be friend with her. You know, to tell you, and I had so many situations like that. I had a woman that I met in France too who were raised in Haiti. She has the same situation, jealous. Jealousy is not from God. Godly people, we want to help, we want to protect, we want to support, we want to guide anyhow. Some people, they go to church just to say I go to church, but when you really, really a good person, a godly person, you don't have this thing inside of you. And if you have it, you should be aware of it, pray about it for God to break it. Say, God, I don't want to feel the spirit of jealousy. I don't want that. Because it's not a good thing. But in Haiti, that's why the country is where Haiti it is. The people, they are not exactly. You don't need to go to church to be holy. But that's how the country is still where it is. There's brokenness, there's really destruction, deep destruction inside of our heart. We are really evil people. A lot of us, we are evil. We don't like to help each other. Like, we know how to do voodoo, to do bad, to kill another person, to destroy his business, to do bad things so he will not sell, he will not do things. What about you do voodoo to heal Haiti? What about to do voodoo to make this person higher, to make this, to make that? Where is that? That's why I don't believe in it. Because if something only can destroy, can hurt, can do bad, it's not good. If this thing can only do bad, it's not okay. Why this thing cannot do good? And if voodoo was so good, Haiti will not still be where it is right now. I don't judge nobody who do it, but as a Haitian person, I knew last time a guy died where my dad from. You know why they kill him? His brother live in France, and the brother has a house. It was the wife family of the husband, the brother, who actually is a guy who has his brother who lives in France, and the wife family of his brother was the one in charge in the house in Haiti. So the rental, when they rent the house, the wife family of his brother take all the money. So the guy took the house and give it to his brother to take care of it. They didn't give the guy 1 month, they kill him. They kill him with the voodoo. That's how powerful voodoo is, to kill people. And that's why I don't deal with those people. Once I see your heart is you jealousy, stay away from me. I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to hear whatever you're doing. I will pray for you. God bless you. God protect you. I had this stupid lady that I met. God forgive me. I don't want to call people stupid. That lady could kill me. She talked to my ex-husband. She gave all nonsense information sometimes about me. ABJ, welcome. Yes, I was here. You got notification. That's great. No, I do believe you won't affect me. But the thing is, you have to be aware Before I used to be very naive. When you become very close to God, you will have wisdom. It doesn't matter, you know, he will not affect you, but you don't want to have people like that around you. If you don't believe in something, you don't practice it, you don't want those people to be around you, because those people, they your enemy. Because look, someone you there for, you protect, you support, you think is like a sister, this person turn on your back to give information to your enemy, to you, and calling you in a court, putting you in trouble, and putting your children in trouble. This person is evil. You know why? Because they're not happy. They don't want you to be happy. And you know why she's doing that? She thought my life is great because I'm staying alone. um I am the one that providing for my child. I am my children. I am the one that paying my rent. She doesn't feel she can do it, which she can, but she's not showing mentality to do it. Some people, they always need the assistant. It doesn't matter how old they are. It doesn't matter how smart they are, but they. That's why I talked about abusive relationship. Don't stay too long in it. Longer you stay, more damage you're gonna do to you, and you become bitter. Some women, they stay in an abusive relationship, they become bitter against other women they see who left an abusive relationship, and they don't even know if the woman is struggling, because you don't tell them your story. They just see you, they think you're doing so good, and they turn against you, even you helping them. I had that in my life. And that woman called me at 12 a.m. in the morning, calling me names because I didn't speak to her, to tell you. And that's a Haitian woman. That's a Haitian woman who did that to me. So my people are not, the Haitian that was before, they no longer the same, because Haitian used to be people who are very, very, we are together, we stick together, and we protect each other. When Toussaint Louverture, even he was a very educated man, he didn't just say, okay, I'm gonna keep the slave in the field. Me, I'm different because I went to school in France, right? He didn't say that. He see himself as a Haitian. He has to free all the slave. It doesn't matter the slave didn't speak. He taught them, and they fought together to earn their independence. And that's what that I used to see, and that's the mentality that I have. Um, but people who has this mentality of, oh, first of all, when she speak to me, I know already, because I have a life philosophy that we all the same, and I don't care about where you from. I don't care about your education. I don't care about the money. I can speak with anyone. I don't judge people. Today I had a conversation with one of my best friend in France about that, and she has the same problem with her cousin in Haiti. And I told her, I said, I realize people who grow up in Haiti, they have this mentality like they doing the discrimination between them. Like, I remember I was talking to that girl. She just went to probably in Belgium to study, probably do a training. I don't know, but she's not living there. She's not from there. She wasn't raised there. When she speak about Haiti, like, I'm not like them. It's like she wanna show she's different. And one time she even tell me, my last name is French. I can have the French citizen too. I'm like, okay, what is wrong with the Haitian citizen? It's like the person is trying, and she has such complexity, not appreciate the person that she is. She needs to make someone feel bad in order for her to feel she's better. And also, always, oh, you don't know who I am. You don't know who I am in Haiti. Why do I care who you are? I know who you are in God. You are a child of God. Why do I care who you are? Because I don't, to be honest with you, I'm the type of person, I don't care what you own. I don't care what you have. Because God provide for me. So to tell you that, exactly, and when the first time that I met her, she told me she can't have no friend. Have been okay, BJ. Thank you for asking. She told me she can't have no friends, and let me don't speak on people. I'm trying to, but I realized. And when she met my ex, she said, "Oh, we both Virgo, I can understand you. And she's trying to manipulate the guy. She got her phone number and she started giving him um he probably pay her for her to speak, and I'm like, you're so low, lady, you are so low. She is so miserable with her life, and she has to go to speak on somebody else who was there for her 100%, who saw her as a sister. And you think my ex-husband care? He doesn't care. He just want information from you. Once he got information from you, you will never hear from him. Never. And that's one of the reason I said people like that, even they cannot affect you, but keep them away. Because those people, their heart is so dark. They have such dark side. You don't want them to be around you. They will do anything to destroy you. And those people you don't know, they so unhappy with their lives, and they want, anytime something bad happened to someone else's life, they happy anytime. And I remember she was telling me to come to New York. I said, no, I cannot come to New York. I have my children here. You are a mother, you have your 2 kids with you. Why you want me to give up on my children? This is the same person later on who will call me, oh, you don't see, you have 2 kids, you left your kids behind, you this, you that. Because they want to find something negative to tell about you to make you feel bad, because their life is so sad. And nobody needs that. It's so sad because when I'm going to cook, I cook every day. Today I cook for my children. I cook for them today. I cook all the time. But I just don't post it on social media. I've been so busy because I work at night now. I just, it was like, forget it. And you weren't there earlier when I just started. I'm able to leave BJP. I was talking about how I removed social media because I wanted to be off of distraction and connected with God, and doing like everything that's going on to the world is very depressing, and some difficulty that I am dealing in my life. I feel like I need to be focused. I need a higher spirit to be with me instead of wasting my energy on such. Not like cooking is good, but Facebook, everything, and I just like take a break. If I don't have a message like to share, but yeah, I will cook very soon. I always cook. So yeah, I was saying the reason why we should really leave an abusive relationship early, not staying longer, because longer we stay, more damage we do to ourselves, and more harder we have to work on ourselves in order to get ourselves back together, right? And sometimes we don't even get fully ourselves back together, because an abusive relationship is really, really, really very mental, very emotional, it affects all parts in your life, mental, physical, everywhere, and every day I met women in the domestic violence unit in Florida who are dealing with the same situation. And unfortunately, the state of Florida, they don't really have support for those victims of domestic violence. They don't really have, like New York City, they don't have pro bono lawyers, they don't have a place really to go. And these women, they ended up by losing their children, they ended up and some of them, they don't even have their IDs. The victim, the criminals kick them out with nothing. And I met a lady like that last time, and my heart was broken. I'm still praying for her. I exchanged my number with her. I gave her the church number, and I gave her some association, non-profit association to call, and I spoke to her after because I was able to go to work. And when I call her, and since then I don't hear from her, but I keep her in my prayer. So that's something that I feel like I've been through. The situation that I've been through, that's a way for God to transition me and show me. I don't know if I'm what I said is very true, but that's how I feel. Since I've been to this situation, like I am very, very, like when I see a woman or a man, anyone who's been to an abusive relationship or a difficulty, my heart is like I want to help so much. I feel so like I need to do something. Even I cannot do something, but I have to speak about it. I have to give this person a message of encouragement. And I think, and I said, you know what I've been dealing with is a moment of transition, is a transformation. God wanted me to go through it in order for me to understand it, in order for me to, so I can relate with others, so I can feel I need to do something. Because a lot of times as human beings, we're selfish. When we didn't go to something, we don't feel like we need to do something about it, right? So that's why I came on YouTube to share this message, because this world is really broken, right? We live in a world right now. It's 2019 is it was COVID-19, and still now we're living with COVID-19. War in Ukraine, the Haitian president got killed, no justice, and it's just one thing after another, one thing after another. There's no, to me, I don't see no positivity from 2019 to 2021 in the world. And humanity is almost like we're losing the sense of humanity. We forget about humanity. People are so focused on themselves, people are so focused into money, into materialistic, and they forget about humanity. To be honest with you, dealing with an abusive relationship and dealing with someone who is a narcissistic personality disorder, fighting with him in court, and I do realize there's no humanity anymore. There's no humanity. People, they become more greedy, more selfish. Everyone is about themselves. I don't want to say everyone, you know what I mean. There's still good people, but it's so hard to find them. So this is a point that I want to make. As you and I who cares, this is the time when you see someone in the street dealing with their problem, take the time to speak with them. Take the time to just give them a smile, speak to them, because you don't know what they're dealing with. Seeing that lady at the court, my heart was broken, because 4 years ago, I said 4 years ago, more than 4 years ago, because in 2018, that's where I was almost like, oh my God, what can I do? This man take my kids. When I go pick up my kids in the school director and the owner refuse to give me my kids. That lady is living exactly the same thing as me, and she was a staying at home mom. Thank you, BJ. She was a staying at home mom, and when this happened, I feel the need to speak to that lady. I feel the need. If I had money, if I was someone who is very wealthy, I would be the first one to help her, to give her a lawyer. And you know why that I care? Because people help me. I had people who helped me in my worst time in life. And that's why I want to tell you, it doesn't matter people that you help who turns against you. God knows your heart. If you're a good person, good thing will come to your life. The energy that you put in the world, that's the energy you're going to get back. And all the negativity you see coming out at you, that's the devil who's trying to stop you. And don't stop, because there's a point. I couldn't pay my lawyer. This lady came, pay my lawyer for me out of nowhere. And this lady, till now, she has a small association. This lady dedicates her time to work with the FBI, working with the FBI, finding children who've been selling, and they sell organ or abuse and sexual things. She dedicates her life to do that. That lady came to Miami. She came from all the way Miami Beach to come to Miramar, drive to come to the to the doctor for my daughter, just to support me. And I can tell you, that was like 3 years ago. I will never forget. And I always said, God, if one day I become rich, this lady will be the one lady. She's not black, she's an Indian lady. To tell you, people who has good heart, they don't care where you're from. And that's how I am. I don't care where you're from. I don't care the language you speak. I don't care who you are. You are a human being as me. If you need help, I will help you if I can. And we all should be like this. And I want to tell you that the world that we live in, we need more people like this lady. We need more people. And the reason why I am like that, God wanted me to go to this, and those people who was there for me, and I didn't know nobody. Those people, God sent them to my way, and it's an eye opening for me, because I said, wow. Because the state that I live, nobody really cares. I didn't get help from nobody. I was a staying at home mom. This man was not only abusing me financially, even I was working emotionally, but also financially. And I am not gonna stay there to say, oh, because I'm out of it, I'm not concerned. That's why people who said hurt people, this is the time to change your mind from hurt people. Because if someone hurts you, you should say, I don't want this to continue to happen. I'm going to stand and try to make a change. If you've been to an abusive relationship, you've been to anything, to violence, to child neglect, or anything you have been through that was negatively affect your life, this is the time for you to stand and try to protect others. Because this world that we live in, you know why it's so broken? Because so many people, they hurt. So many people are dealing with mental health. So many people are so greedy, they forget about others. Now everybody is about, I want to become rich. You know why they're fighting in Ukraine right now? For natural resources, for other things. Like, people, we killing each other. Now life is nothing for us. We just like animals. And we really, really need to make a difference into the world. And that's why I want to tell you guys, like, spending time with someone, just smile at them, give them a message of encouragement, whatever you can help someone, and this world needs more people like that. And last time I was listening to a message of Angelina Jolie. I don't support celebrity. I don't care for celebrity, to be honest with you. But this is one of the women that I have a lot of respect for, because she's a lady who cares for humanity. Because a lot of people who cannot relate to a situation, they really don't care. We heard all those celebrities who are rich, who has money, and the community is so messed up and they don't care. And I had a husband who's not even so high, who think he is okay. If you see how he's looking down on his own black brothers, and this really makes me like so sick. I'm like, where are we? We're not supposed to help each other instead of trying to look down on each other. What is that? So it's not even a black and white thing, it's a human thing. Right now we all in the trouble. And when I go to places, domestic violence, that's one thing that I know, it does not discriminate. I saw white, I saw black, I saw Spanish, I saw Indian, I saw Latino. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter the skin color or language, accent, your ethnicity. It does not matter. But what's matter is you care for others. You've been through it, you understand, and you want to make a change. Thank you, BJ. I'm glad you enjoyed the video. You need to make a change, because when I go to court and his lawyer stay on my it requires a lot of strength mentally to not give up on what you believe. And one thing that I know, stronger you are, more attack you're going to get. Because the world doesn't like strong people. They want you to be weak. So when they throw something at you, you can just give up. But when you are someone who is very, very strong mentally, and you're small, they will attack you. They want to break you. And that's how I feel in court. When I go to court, this man filed for something. He left the kids at home alone, and I filed for something, and since his lawyer is telling the judge to punish me, to give me I forgot what's the term that he used, because I kept filing for motion, because I filed motion to protect my children. That's the world that we're living, and the judge is open to say, okay, we open for sanction. And that's why I'm saying that we're living in a world that if you don't have God, if you don't have a strong spirit, you're not connected, you distracted, you gone. You are gone, because you're going to have some attack that you will never believe. Like, in America they said women are protected, or people from domestic violence are protected. You better be careful. Until you are in it, you will understand that it's not true. It's with who you are dealing with, how much money that he has, who he is, who he knows, who is that person. That's how it works in this country. Can you afford a very, very strong lawyer? If this person knows people, he has networking. But you know what? I am so powerful from God, and I always tell people, I never scared to die for the right thing. Because you know what? If you're not brave, you will never stand for something that you believe. If you're someone who has fear, you will never, ever, ever stand for something that you believe really strong. Because when you believe in something, it's like others will come against you. They don't want you to speak up. That's one thing that I realized with the United States of America. They don't like honesty. They don't like people who speak up. They don't like people who stand for the right thing. They're okay with faking it. All the brokenness, the mental health, the people, they just stay in drugs. They could get help, but they're okay with the brokenness because it's good for them. And that's what we're dealing with. You see what's going on in the Black community? You see all this thing that's going on with the Black community, domestic violence, how we're against each other, broken family, and the Black man saying Black woman is bad, Black woman saying Black man is bad. It's just like, it's crazy. It is crazy, but I'm not going to this. I don't even focus on it. I just pray for this thing. I said, you know what, God, all this thing that going on into this country is so deep. He has so many problems. If you're going to focus on each thing, each topic, your brain gonna be like this, and you're gonna just turn crazy. You just have to focus on the most important one by one, and pray, and really, really pray. And I can tell you, a lot of Black men right now, they are the one that destroying their family. It doesn't matter how educated that they are. The man that I'm talking about, he's a very educated man in school, but a very broken man when it comes to family, when it comes to mental health. I feel bad for him, to be honest with you. He's there faking it like everything is perfect. This man is broken. This man is sick mentally. This man is not healthy, but the society make him look like he's okay. He's perfectly fine until something really crazy happen. He does something to himself. I hope he doesn't do something to someone else. That's when they're gonna be like, oh, they're going to the past, his ex-wife used to complain. I don't want to hear it. One thing about me, you do something wrong. When I used to complain, you think I was this, I was that. Now deal with it. Because even child protection service, they don't take action until something bad happen. A lot of them. And that's why I have to speak about humanity. Humanity is not just talking about, it's taking action. It's feeling the need you have to make a difference. It's knowing that it's not right. I can't live like that. I can't allow it to be happen. I cannot see that. I have to make a difference. I have to take action. Not just, oh, humanity. What is humanity? Humanity is you and I. What do you do, honestly, to change that? When you see someone is dealing with those situations, what is your action? What do you do? That lady I gave you the testimony, this lady didn't even know me. But she knows. She been to some situation, but she's caring. She knows what I'm dealing with. She could say I'm lying, but that lady really touching me. What she did in my life, talking about her, what she did in my life really make me like, wow, that lady helped me more than even my family who is in the US. Yes, people who is my friend, she helped me more than them. And she's not a Black lady to say, oh, it's because it's sister. She's not. To tell you that someone who really have the sense of humanity, they can change the world. Because if there were more people like that, I can tell you, where we are living right now, what we are experiencing right now, we will not. The reason why we are where we are now, it's due to greed. And a lot of times that I can tell you, domestic violence happens is due to money, control, power, because the man wants to. My ex, I remember, he hide all his thing. He doesn't want me to know anything. He just want me to stay at home, because you know what, a lot of time when you stay at home, you're not working, they can claim you on tax money. They want you to stay home making babies so they can have a lot of tax return. And it's greed. Love not supposed to be like that. Love's supposed to be helping each other, to share each other. Anyone who told you they love you, they just want you to keep you inside and taking advantage of you, it is not love. And I didn't want somebody to tell me, Marie, he loves you, he doesn't love you. I knew this man wasn't. I said he doesn't know what is love. That's why when he came back, I know, no, this man is gone. He doesn't even know what is love. I don't want to experience you. Even you change, I'm glad you changed for the better for the other person, but I don't want you anymore. And I want you guys to understand that people are destroying the relationship due to the mentality, the craziness, the things that they want to take advantage of you, and you don't give them power to do it, and they turn crazy. And when they cannot control you, they cannot take advantage of you, they want to destroy your life. And you have to be very, very, very strong in order for you to not turn him crazy. Because my ex-husband, he has a whole community dealing with him. A whole community. It's easy for me to say, okay, I give up, but I'm not someone who will give up. I always said that. I'm not a loser, I'm a fighter. It doesn't matter how big you are, how many people you have, you know, your networking is so high, I don't care. I will stand right here and I will not give up. And that's the spirit you need to have. You must be fearless. You must be fearless and stand for what you believe and fight for it in the right way. You don't need to start calling people names, giving attitude, but you need to know that some situation that coming at you is not right, and they just want to bring distraction. When you are closer to win, you're going to have a lot of attacks. Those attacks is not because you're not gonna win, it's because they want to bring distraction so you cannot stay focused. At this time, you have to put your knees down and starting to pray. And when I lose a fight in court, I said, thank you, God, for helping me winning. You have to start saying positive stuff about you. I said, thank you, God, because the next time I know I'm gonna win. I'm not a loser, I'm a winner. In Jesus' name, I will be the winner. In Jesus' name, the fight is your fight, it's not my fight. God, I let you deal with it. Because some situation you're dealing with, you have to have a higher power to stand on your side. If not, you're gonna turn crazy. And I know some women who still dealing with that. I know some women who just started this fight. And that lady, I have her in my heart. And yesterday I had a Zoom for single mothers with my church. I told them to pray for her. I have to go because at 5 a.m. I have to go to a prayer. I have to pray for her because when I see her, I see myself in 2018. I know how I felt. I know where I was. And if I am no longer there, I said, God, she can be too. And I told her, I said, God got you, don't worry. She started to, I said, I know everything. I just asked her, I said, you were staying at home, Mom? She said, yeah. Once she told me she cannot pick up her children at school. I said, is your husband has money? He's a narcissistic? Okay, I understand. I said, I've been there. I said, you know what, you better be strong. You have to start praying because you're going to have a whole community behind you. The school director, the school owner, sometimes the police officer, this, that. Even your own lawyers, sometimes, if they greedy people, they might get paid and don't fight for you. And that's how I tell the thing the way it is. Thank you. You have a little bit crazy. Oh yes, because let me tell you something. When you're fighting with those people, those people, you don't just fight with him. He has his whole entire people to fight for him. You know, people, they will do everything for money. How come a mother and a father, they married, they registered the kid together, and you should not be intervening saying no, you cannot pick up the kids, because who are you? But Kiddie Academy in Plantation did that to me. When the police officer came to pick up my kids, they don't want to they don't want to give the kids. They act like they the mother. The director of the school act like she is the mother. The owner of the school act like she is the mother. There was a Haitian in it. I was speaking with my friend in France. She goes to tell the lady I was speaking about her. Your own people. Because you know what? Those people are miserable. They can sell their soul for a little bit of money. They don't even have what of the humanity. They create business to protect kids. They go into school. That's how you hear daycare. They have so many abuse inside of the daycare. Business in the United States, a lot of times 85% or 90% is not about the business. It's about the money, the profit that they can make. So when you're sending your children to daycare, you better pray over them for God to protect them. Because those people, those criminals, sometimes they go to daycare, they're walking. They hire the lowest people, the cheapest people, and they don't have no heart to help children. And the criminal can give them some money, they do anything. They refuse you to pick up your children. I've learned that because I deal with a narcissist. My daughter got seizure. The lady refused to give me the medicine. I can tell you, I can write a book with my story. If I had to sue, I would sue the whole entire people, the whole entire community. But you know what? I don't have to sue, because let me tell you something. God will sue all of them. When the time comes, they all going to go one by one. One by one. You're going to hear them in channel news. This one did that. I will say hallelujah, next. This one did that. Hallelujah, next. You don't hear those lawyers, sometimes they've been doing crimes forever. They take the license away after 20 years, 15 years. You don't hear those doctors, they've been doing fraud, insurance fraud. It takes them forever to take the license away. So don't think because you just see people in the street dressing like bomb, they are the only one that criminal. The real criminal are the one wearing like doctors, lawyers sometimes. I live with them. And God showed them to me. I saw them. That's why I said, you know what? My judge is God. My lawyer is God. I don't care about the human being. When I go to court, I have to pray for God to make the right decision for me. Because I know the world that we live in right now, we can't trust nobody. Don't judge people by their title, the way that they speak, the way that they carry themselves. You think they're good people. You don't know inside. You cannot read a heart. It's easy to show how you look, but it's not easy to prove what inside the heart. People have really, really dark heart. And I've learned that in my abusive relationship. Yes, pray for me. You're gonna be the one to buy my book. Pray for this book to come out, because let me tell you something. I'm telling you, I've been fighting some attack, and that's why tonight I'm gonna pray this morning. What time is it? Oh, 10. I have to wake up at 5. That's why I've been praying, because I need God to expose all of them. I want them to be in the news. I want them to get exposed. And I want to confront them. I want when they are exposed, for me to say, why did you do that? Why did I do to you to do that? All of them going to get exposed. Don't worry. God will expose all of them. And those people, when they get exposed, I don't feel bad for them. I don't deal with criminals. I don't deal with people who sell their soul for money. I don't deal with that. I don't. People who lies, people who can do bad things because they want to destroy somebody's life. No, I don't deal with them. They can hurt children, they can do anything. Those people, they belong to jail. They don't belong to the community. They don't belong to us. They belong to jail. And that's why YouTube is a great way to speak up. Whatever you've been through, they want to keep your mouth shut. You might keep my mouth shut in the court, but you will not be able to keep my mouth shut on YouTube. Somebody will hear my video and they will know who you are. When they walk in your clinic, you're speaking, laughing in the face, doctor this, and in your home, you're abusing your wife, you're abusing your children. Shame on you. When they send their children into your school, they think you a good owner. You are a trustworthy place for the children to go. You don't have no problem to do your unfairly thing. You don't allow a mother to pick up her child because you allow yourself to be controlled by a dad. It's because I'm beautiful. Beautiful should not hurt. Because someone is beautiful, I don't think it's a reason why you should try to make the left. Some people will say, you know what, I'm gonna be ugly. I'm tired. I no longer want to be beautiful. My life is too difficult. Now I'm gonna be ugly. You don't see some women, they tired, they just cut their whole hair, said, I don't care about my looks anymore, I'm done. And that's what the world forces us to do. And that's why in 2021, I gave my life to God and I said, Lord, when I see how this world is turning crazy, I have to do this. Because there's some fight, something that you have to ask God to fight for you. Because some people, they're not human. I know they said we all children of God, but some people I ask God how this person, as a little baby who was cute, how they changed to become so evil, and they don't have a heart. They really don't. But one thing I can tell you, you have to pray for peace, because it doesn't matter. Some women get tired of being beautiful. Yeah, you see Jada Pinkett, she is very beautiful. Look at how she cut all her hair, but she's still beautiful too. You know, some women, sometimes women, we go to so much. That's why, it's very, very important to put a lot into the mind, into your soul, instead of your physical. Because one thing that keep me going is inside. It's here, how strong that I am here. Here, it's really not much. Like, if it was just for my physical, I would be down already. But the fact that I am a very, very strong person mentally, and God give me the strength. I spend so much time focused on my mental. It's something that I don't even go out like that. If I go out, it's about me. You have to think about you and my children. I go for a walk, I exercise. Yesterday I took my children to the beach. I spend time with them. I have a picnic. Today I put some spa music, meditation. You do things for yourself and listen to motivational speeches. Reading your Bible, get some wisdom, reading some book. This really, really help you grow and learn from people's mistake. Learn from people who've been to some crazy situation, how they transition to be a better person. I love watching YouTubers or people reading books, how people they transition from bad to good. That's what really, really keep me going, how strong that I am mentally. And people kept telling me, Marie, I don't know how you did it. I kept telling people, God did it. Because sometimes, to be honest with you, I just feel so weak. I said, God, help me. Sometimes you don't even have the strength to pray, but you pray and God gives you the strength. And that's how a lot of people dealing with depression, a lot of people ended up by remove themselves in the world. if they have a little bit of strength and asking God, give me the strength, please God. You don't need to do a lot. And times you're gonna have up and down, and that's one thing we have to understand. Don't give up. As long that you're breathing, you should be able to understand. You should have hope. That's my philosophy in life. I said, as long that I'm in life, I do believe I should have hope. It doesn't matter what's going on into my life right now. I don't care. I'm still in life. In order for me to not feeling like I still have hope, I need to not be in life anymore. And when you have this mentality, nothing can break you down. Nothing can stop you, because you already have a very, very positive way of thinking. That doesn't mean you're not gonna have some low time. Sometimes I feel stressed. Sometimes I feel like I don't want to deal with it. Sometimes I don't even have the energy to pray, but I still call on God, say, God, help me, whatever. But that doesn't mean that I have to give up. And and that's one thing that I wanted to say. And I said, you know what, I've been through it, and I realized God has changed me so much. And you know what, talking about God is such a beautiful thing. When you connect very, very spiritually, people will not understand you if they're not in the same level as you. And God will give you such wisdom and discernment. Even you will fall into the trouble, He will get you back. In relationship, in friendship, and anything that you ask Him, you just have to be patient. He will answer you. Because after I gave my life to God, before I gave my life to God or after, I've been praying. I said, God, show me, because I knew I was a little bit too naive. I trusted people too much, friend. And I said, God, please protect me. Give me discernment. And I said, give me wisdom, God. And remove fake friends in my life. Keep the right one. I want to have friends that can help me grow my spiritual belief with you. Like people, things that I don't know, I can learn from them. Not people who will stop me going down. And you know what? I am the type of person I don't like confrontation. I don't like to make people feel bad. I'm not the type of person who will, I don't know, one night I just feel the need about this friend. God forces me to speak to her. It's crazy. God forces me. And I don't have nothing against that person, but it's just where I am in my life right now, where what I want to accomplish spiritually. I'm not talking about the world world. I'm talking about spiritual living. This person will not help me go. And for some reason, I just do my way and she does her way. And there's a lot of people that I remove in my life like this. And so you have to be able to deal with that, because if you used to have a lot of friends, you go out, and now you don't want to be in the world, you don't want to be out, you don't want to have those friends, because not because they're bad, because they're not the right people for you. So you have to be patient to deal with loneliness. And at that point, I said, God, I want you to bring people who has the same life values as me, people I can learn from, people I can grow. And I didn't hear my childhood friends for over 2 years. We don't speak over the phone. And I deactivated my Facebook, and I didn't want to go to Facebook. Usually we speak via Facebook Messenger. And I didn't have really her phone number anymore. It's always on Facebook Messenger, and I didn't want to go to Facebook. So out of nowhere, my friend contacted me on WhatsApp. I said, oh my God, Nicole, I was trying to get your number, blah, blah, blah. I didn't save your number, I don't know. And my friend, she gave her life to God over 5 years ago. She just a transformation person. And her and I, we do Bible study. Friends, they are 6 hours. You have something else. So they are 6 hours away from ahead from the US. So when it's 6 a.m. here, 6 p.m. here, it's 12 a.m. in France. When it's 12 p.m. here, it's 6 p.m. in France. So it's hard. So we do Bible study, we speak, and talking to my friend make me stronger and stronger. And like it's like people you have so much in common. And my childhood friend, we like sister. We think almost like the same. We really like we are almost like sisters. So childhood friends, if you can keep your childhood friends, that's the best thing ever, because they know who you are, they know you, you were since you were young little kid, you go together. So there's no judgmental, right? So it's just like spiritually we still connect together, right? And this really helped me. And what else I want to say, even dating life, I met this guy, we went on a date, and it was just guy for me, like it's my, and he made me feel so good, like he's telling the server I'm his future wife. He even left a comment on the restaurant of reviews. Oh, he proposed to me, things like that. The guy was just the guy for me. But I knew when I said I'm practicing celibacy, he said he cannot wait. And from there, I told him, good luck, I'm not the right person for you. He said that, okay, but he's dealing with a little situation almost like me with his ex-wife. I always talk to him about God. I said, pray, blah, blah, blah. He ended up want to see me, and we continue to speak, and we become like attracted to each other. But one thing about this guy is I don't think he was honest, right? Yes, you were a ball of fire when you no, I don't no, I don't think so. So what happened about, so one thing that I've learned, to have wisdom, God gave you so much wisdom. Things that you think supposed to be very good for you, now you understand. I have to protect my heart. That's something that I don't use to, like, if I like someone and he likes me, I'm not like, oh, I wasn't like that. But what I feel for him was so intense. And last time I told him, I said, you're not ready. I don't think you're the man for me right now. And something happened, right? Something happened. Not like we do anything, right? I'm practicing my celibacy. It's been over a year I've been practicing celibacy. And it's not easy because a lot of men will think you crazy, the world that we live in. But if you want to do that, do it. Don't do it because, oh man, you don't stop doing it because you think you're not gonna find your man. I am to the point right now, even if I have to die without a man, I don't care. So I don't want to break my rules because of a man, right? And I know that after that, I started praying about how I feel for him. I said, because I know it's not a good feeling to feel so intense about someone you don't really know that much. It's not like your boyfriend or anything, and we've been talking for like 3 months, but it's still. And I pray, I said, God, show me. And God showed me he wasn't the right man for me. God showed me he wasn't the right man for me. And God showed me more and more. So those things that, to be honest with you, you have to really, really pray over those situations and ask God to give you wisdom, because I'm trying to love myself. Yes, I always love myself. You need to really, really to really pray, because to be honest with you, I had a friend, she said, you want to pray over everything? Yes, I want to pray over everything, because I've learned that prayer, when you pray, you believe, you patient, you're gonna get an answer. And I'm telling you, when I left my ex-husband, people said I'm not gonna get my green card, and I said, I'm not staying in this nonsense. Calling police on me for nonsense? Bye. Oh, you have to stay, you have to do this. No, no. For that I am stubborn, because once somebody disrespect me, I don't want you. I don't care how much money. You know what? You have to respect yourself. Before you try to respect people, you have to respect yourself. As a human being, you need to know your values. You cannot lower your standards for people. And once people cross the line, tell them next. That's how you have to do. If you weren't so close to them, it doesn't matter how close you are. If I have 2 kids with a man, he is crazy like that, and I don't care. I'm not with him, so anyone can do it. Just be strong. And so I had to pray over that. And it wasn't easy, because I really, really, really like him. But I know something went wrong. I said, God, and I told him last time, I said, I feel like you are very, how do you call it? Those people who try to attract you. Like, it's almost like the devil's sorry, because I'm doing my celibacy. I got baptized, I cut friends off, and my friend and friends came 3 weeks ago. And me, who likes to go to compa concert, everybody who knows Mary, they know Mary is the queen of compa, right? I love compa. Hey, I'm telling you, I grew up in Paris. The first time that I went to a compa concert, it was when I was 17, 18. So since then, yes, they want to control you. And especially when they have money, if they feel like they cannot control you, and you're small like me, you don't have family here, they will get crazy, because why I cannot control you? They're like, I am me, I am Mr. Me, I have this, I have that. No, you can have all this, but you cannot have me. Go away. That's what I did. So my friend came. That's when I know. My friend, every time she used to come to the US every 3 months, and we always go to Haitian concert, and I love those compa. Guys, I don't love them anymore, but I'm still like praying over that, because I love music. That's one thing that was keeping me from the closer to God, because instead of me praying, I will put compa and dance all day. And that's a music that I appreciate so much, right? So my friend came, and she's like, oh, they have this thing. And I said to my friend, I don't go to those things anymore. She's like, Marie, hey, she's and she was telling her husband, she said, Marie, don't go to compa. So I believe I can say. And even me, I was surprised, because anytime that I want to be closer to God, and I go out, and that's why I never get baptized. My good friend, she's the one that told me, Marie, you don't need to be perfect to get baptized. God going to do the work. And I want to tell you right now, if you think because you like to go out or whatever you're dealing with, you don't need to get baptized, don't stop. Because I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do crazy things, but I love going. Everybody has a weakness. I love going to compa. Compa, hey, everybody knows Haitian compa, right? So that's funny. You said that's funny. So so me, that's the thing that always keeping me from going to God, because I always feel like this girl always dancing, this girl always, like, they in France, I'm there. They in the New York, those Haitian concert, they see me everywhere. They in Florida, you there. So this girl love to dance too much. I even called myself on Facebook one time, Maîtresse du compas. The queen of compas. That's the only music I love to hear in African music. And I love dancing. If I hear a noise, even in class when I was in high school, my teacher, when I stand waiting for there's too many students, I cannot stay in one place while I'm waiting for her. I dance like this girl always. So I have to pray really, really hard to say, God. That's why some friends God will forgive. Let's sit in this. And I told my friend who is very, very Christian, very, very spiritual, and when I told her why I don't think I should get baptized, she said, David was a dancer, and I said, you sure David used to dance like me? Or he used to dance godly stuff. I don't know if she knows the music that I used to dance, compa and moving, and so so yes, I did that. And to be honest with you, that's my biggest battle. That's my biggest thing, like when it comes to the world, because I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't care to go in like when I go to crazy. I don't like clubs like that, but I like compa because I like the live band, I like dancing, I like the music, I like everything about compa. So that's the only thing that really always take me away from connected to God. And I had to pray over that. I had to pray very, and it's crazy because I didn't want to pray about it because I didn't. The world, human being. Sometimes we have to be honest with us. And I remember my childhood friend in France that I told you that I got connected. She told me already, Mommy, you love to dance so much. You're always dancing. There's men looking at you. That's why they. And I said, oh, I'm just dancing. Nothing is wrong with that. And she's like, you have to pray about that because my friend loved compa too. We were raised together. She said, I know you don't want to pray about it. And that's true. I didn't want to pray about it. I didn't have the heart to say, God, I don't want to dance compa anymore. But tonight I'm going to pray about compa. For God to remove compa in my life. I mean, to not being so deep. And God's doing a good job. You know what? I used to dance all the time. Now I don't have time for that anymore. I think yes, my free spirit, that's what it is. And one thing that I realized, dance is the only thing when I dance, I feel so happy. Like I can dance all day. And even my children, they know about mommy. Said, Mommy, why don't you dance anymore? You no longer funny. They said, you're not a fun mom anymore. Because they enjoy dancing with mommy. So I do have to start putting some Christian music, make them dancing. Because my daughter love, what's her name? There's a lady who sing Break Everything. She loves this song. And she knows Sasha Combs. She loves all her song. So I probably have to put some of them music. But when your brain used to a sound to the thing, so it's like a transition for me, from compa to a different one. So now I started to try to find African churches that is very on fire for me to start appreciating. Yes, anyways, that's really, really honest. Like being a godly person, it's hard. And that's why we cannot judge. Yes, I know you used to watch over and over again. So that's why we cannot judge, because to be honest with you, everyone has their own thing they're fighting for. For me it's music, which is not a bad thing. It's just I have to be honest, as a person who believe in God, the clothes that I'm wearing, and I like to show my shape, dancing and showing, and you have to be careful because there's men looking at you, and men have the way of thinking, and you're living in a world that you have to be careful, right? And you don't want to expose too much, right? And till now I have to be careful because it's not fully like I don't want to dance, because that's I use since I was 17. Before 17 I was dance compa. It's nothing bad for the world, but for me, I know that I want to do better. I don't know, I have to pray on that. Even my friend said it's not a bad thing, but I feel something, I don't know. I have to pray about that for God to really tell me the truth. But I know the clothes that I used to wear, the clothes that I used to wear, it's not really something that I supposed to wear. if you really a woman from God, because it's not easy being a Christian, it's not easy being a godly person. We can still be a good person, have good heart, but we don't follow everything in the world, in the Bible, right? And that's something that I wanted to say, because when I see so many things that are happening to the world right now, I said, you know what? The world looks this, that, but there's nothing really in the world. It's just like distraction, temptation. And yes, that's the word that I wanted to find for the guy. I feel like he's a temptation. He wasn't a person who come to tempted me, and I stay away from it. With prayer, I stay away from it, because the type of people, they bring so much. You're so intense. You want to do, like, and one thing about it, he said he want things so fast, and after he changed his mind, and after I started to question, let me don't speak bad, because we don't know, and we don't know where people they are in their lives. And me, I started to feel bad, because you believe what they say, I believe what he said, and you started thinking this person is a lie. I don't have time for that. I said, God, you will be the one to set me the man that I want. I want a man who doesn't want to wait because I want to wait. A man who wants to do his own thing because he believes he wants to do that because of God. He needs it. When people doing things for you, it's not good. And that's when it comes to a part, they will say, oh, I thought that I can wait, but I cannot wait anymore. I want to do this. And they put pressure on you. And you become in confusion. And I don't want that. So that's one thing that I wanted to say. It doesn't matter you're a mother. I'm a mother of two. I was married before, and I never wait for marriage. I got married before my children, but that doesn't mean me and my ex-husband, we had sex until we married. We didn't do that. So that's sin. And a lot of times in her lives, we don't understand what's going on to her life, because we didn't know better, you know. I wasn't raised in a community that you must wait for marriage. I wait till 20 because I was a virgin, and I wasn't this girl who needed sex. I wasn't focused on that, right? And that's just what it is. But if it was like for God, I will already have sex since I was 12, right? We have to be honest with ourselves. And thank you, BJ. And a lot of times it's not easy. It's a battle, and that's why I have to disconnect myself from the world a little bit, because people, sometimes you see people say, you can do it, you have to be honest with us ourselves. Sometimes things, we human, we flesh, we're gonna be attracted. It's not easy to say, especially when you're not a virgin. When I was a virgin, it was easy for me. I make my ex wait for over 2 years because I don't know nothing. Even I was like past 18, I didn't know nothing. I never taste sex before, but I had sex. I gave birth to 2 babies. So of course I'm not a virgin to say, oh my God, I don't know how it feels like, and I have this man in front of me. I am so attracted to him. He's so attracted to me. He's flirting with me and smiling. You have to be careful. And don't say you're gonna wait for sex and you have this man who is tempting you. This man was very, very tall man and Haitian from here, very, he was tempting. I said, no, this is not right. I said, Marie, you have to protect your heart. And I started praying. I said, God, I had to pray over him. He said, I know you said I'm a Satan. I said, no, you're not a Satan. It's just you and I, we're not where we're supposed to be, and we're not matched together. And right now, we're not. I don't know in the future, but it's not, because I'm not strong enough. And even I will be strong enough, I'm not God to say I'm going to be with someone that I see who doesn't have the same, like, if you tell a man that I don't want to flirt, right? And they just naturally flirt. There's some people, they just speak like that. They love to flirt. And you're attracted to that person. You're going to see that person. And it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. And that's why I want to say, like, if you really want to do that because you want to do it, you have to be strong, because you're going to have some temptation. I had so many temptation, right? When I left my ex-husband, when we got divorced, and I reconnect with my ex in New York, and that's someone that I know for a long time before my ex-husband, and we just attracted physically. I thought this man would be my husband. And I knew. That's when you have the Holy Spirit in you and you honest to yourself. Even you doing bad, to be honest with you, you will come back to your normal. I know something went wrong. You something else. You drive me crazy. I know something went wrong, right? Because I said, God, I'm doing something that I'm not supposed to do. This man is not my husband. I know something went wrong. I know something went wrong. I know something went wrong. And after he went to buy a house, he's thinking about moving together. I wasn't there yet because, I was dealing with my own issue. I wasn't healed yet. And the reason why I was keep going to see him is because probably I needed a distraction because I was dealing with so much. Do you understand that? Sometimes when people dealing with so much in their life, they think going back to a loved one. A loved one is not God. I have to stop that. And he called me selfish, but it's fine. But I know there was a call for me, right? I have to be honest with me and say, God, this is not for me. Forgive me. I repent myself. I want something different for my life. And people saying, oh, you cannot wait you can't wait. You can wait. You know what you need? You need to pray. You need to pray. You need to spend time with yourself. You need to remove TVs, those things in the world. I am clearly disconnected with the world. You know why? Because I am in a fight. I am in a fight. We are in a fight. If you don't understand the world that we're living right now, is not easy. There are distractions all over internet. People can meet all over the place. In my job, I met so many people. And that doesn't mean because you meet people, that means they're good people. People come to your life to do destruction. People come to do good. So that's why you have to pray, spend time with God to give you really wisdom so you can understand the one that is for you, the one that is not for you. Because a lot of times we go from a bad relationship to another. I've been divorced. I left my ex-husband since 2018. I could be on my second baby, on my third baby. I could be remarried. Yeah, I could be remarried. And because there's women right now, men, they move on so quick and they keep doing the same thing again and again and again and again. And all this time, you know what I was doing? I was doing therapy. I was spending time with myself. When I make a mistake, I said, no, it's not right. So now it doesn't matter how my ex-husband, he's shaking, he's crazy, he's calling me in court. I will not allow him to shake me off because I know where I can get my strength from. And that's why I want to share that to you, single ladies or single dad, single mothers and single dad. If you truly believe that you have a call or you feel like I have to do celibacy, don't judge yourself because you have babies, because you're a mother, or because you're a father, or because I had sex before. It doesn't matter what you did before. That's why God is a God who forgives, right? And you make a mistake, that doesn't mean you're still the same person. It's when you keep doing the same mistake again and again and again and again and you don't recognize it, you're not honest to yourself. There are people who having sex on the side and they go to church and saying, I'm virgin, or I'm this, I'm that. That you can lie to the world, you can lie to the church, but you can't lie to God. And that's why I'm very honest with myself. When I see that's something in the flesh and I know I'm not strong enough, I have to stay away from it. And if I don't have the strength to stay away from it, I will pray and say, God, give me the strength to stay away from this thing. You have to pray a lot because we're not God, we're not perfect. Unfortunately, we're far, far, far away from being perfect. And this really, really, really oh, thank you, BJ One Love. This really, really helped me. And knowing your standards, because so many men told me, you are crazy. Because men who just want to sleep with you, if you said, I'm telling you right away. I tell men right away because I don't want to waste their time. I don't want to waste my time when they speak to me. I told them I'm doing celibacy, and some of them will like, oh, you crazy. Oh, are you human? It is normal, and some of them, oh, I cannot wait. I never did that before. Oh, I want to wait. And once they see that you really, really don't want to, they cannot get it, they will leave. But don't worry. That doesn't mean it's because you're not beautiful. It's because those men, they are not the right for you. And say thank you to God, they don't stay. Look at the trouble that I am now. If my ex-husband didn't stay, it would be a blessing for me. But unfortunately, I didn't have the wisdom that I have now. I allow someone, and I was able to leave this nonsense, evil spirit man. The time that I supposed to leave, I told you, he proposed to me and married to me the same day he proposed to me. So there was no time for me to leave. It's the way that the enemy got you. And I said you know the I make a mistake. I don't want to make the same mistake, because it's easy for a horse to keep making the same mistake again and again and again. That's why when I pray, I told God, I said, God, I know you give us will as human beings, but please take my will away. I'm not smart enough. I'm not strong enough to make the best decision for myself. I said, God, you are the one who make the best decision than me, because he knows my future. He wants the best for me. I don't know what is the best for me, to be honest with you. Sometimes we think we know the best for us, and look, I thought my ex-husband was the best. I thought he was the perfect man. Look, the situation that I am now, 9 years after. So we might think, oh, we know the best, we find the right person. We're not. And that's why I always tell people now, it's very, very important to let God choose for you. When you are the one that make decision by yourself, you have so many chances to put yourself in trouble. And that's all I had to say. If you want to follow your heart and do something that you feel the need to do it for you and God. Don't do it for people. Put yourself first. Put God first and yourself. Don't put people because the men tell you, oh, I did that before, I cannot wait. Okay, if you can't wait, that's mean you're not for me. I'm not ready. And don't lower your standard for people. Yeah, don't don't lower your standard for people, because after you will regret it. I had kids because my ex was ready for kid. I wanted to continue my education. I wanted to do other things. To be honest with you, I love my children. I'm grateful that I have kids and I'm still young. When I look at my son, he almost my side. He gave me here now. Yeah. He's 7, and it's a blessing, but at the same time, it's a punishment. It's a curse, because I have those kids with someone that I wish I never had them with. I'm sure if I was where I am now, God will give me the right man he wants me to have those children. They will not be in the situation that dad always calling mom in court, dad always fighting the mom, dad always doing, we always in disagreement, which is not healthy at all. So that's one thing. When you're making the wrong decision, that's what you're gonna deal with. And I don't want to make the same mistake. And that's why I'm sharing my story too. I don't want you guys to make the same mistake, because we go to life, we think we know everything, but we don't know everything, to be honest with you. And the reason why I think so deep right now, and I am so focused into the Lord instead of the world, because God has done so much for me. I'm here by myself. I don't have no single family. I have only one cousin in Florida, but she's so far away from me. So I don't have no family support in Florida. And I told you, when I left this man, I wasn't legally with like having my 10 years green card. Everybody told me I would not get it. But I have the faith. Faith is not something that you can buy. Faith, money cannot buy faith. And I can tell you, when you have faith, you have everything. In the worst moment of your life, you will stand and say, I am strong. And that's the faith that I have. And this faith is not coming from anywhere, it's coming from God and from my parents. Thank you, BJ. And after 4 months, I was able to get my green card, my 10 years green card. And people who were telling me, "Oh, you're not gonna do this, you're not gonna do that." People, and and I said, if I didn't go to those craziness, like he keeping my babies for years, he's doing all those craziness, I will never be able to connect to God. I will never be able to understand those women who goes to situation. I will never be able to understand what is my reason I am in the world. We were born for a for something, but sometimes we disconnect to the reason why we were born, you know and it's very important to know why you were born for, because a lot of people, they have money, they ended up um, by being an addicted to drug. They spend their money in the wrong thing. But when you know you're gonna help so much, because the money is not only for you, the money is also to do the work for others, who can help others, who can support others and do good thing. And that's why I want to speak about that. Whatever situation you're dealing right now, just don't give up. You go through this, there's a transformation, and God has to put you through it in order for you to be strong. I didn't know how strong that I am until this happened. And I can tell you, it doesn't matter whatever situation that I will go through, nothing can break me, because I am so strong, and I am so powerful with God, right? Because what I've been through, nothing can break me. Nothing. And I said, wow, how I did it, God. And the thing that he really asks us to, it's to be really, really not ungrateful. Remember and speak, give your testimony to other. Sometimes I listen to some testimony on YouTube, and I said, wow. And it's really touching me. It's very important to share your message, to tell people how your life has changed, and give them a message of encouragement, because that's why a lot of people commit suicide, because they don't have no hope. They don't believe in tomorrow. They just think, oh, my life is just bad and I cannot deal with it. I can't. I have to remove myself to the world. No. That's life. It calls life. You're going to have up and down, and keep your head straight. Tomorrow will not be like that. It just come. That's the way it is. You need to see it as a positive side. Maybe it's hard, but maybe it's building really endurance inside of you, and it's a transformation. So you're gonna be so strong, nobody will be able to break you. That's how I see my situation. I see it as a positive side. Even it's so much negative, I find positive in every negative situation. And I think we all should be like this in order for us to go positively. If not, you're gonna be so crazy. You're gonna think everybody is bad. You're gonna think you're the most hated person in the world. You're not lucky. No. And a lot of times when you are blessing, you're gonna have so many persecutions. That's one thing that I've learned. And you're gonna have so many tests. You have to be able to pass all these tests. I have to leave, and I hope, guys, you really appreciate the message. I talk about don't stay too long into an abusive relationship. I explain the reason why. I talk about the war, because someone asking about what I think, and I think the world is really crazy right now. We really have to pray for the world, for peace, for love, for humanity to come back and really focus on humanity and help each other instead of being greedy, and caring for each other, loving, praying. Really pray a lot. Spending time with herself, mental health. We're so focused into her physical due to social media. Everybody's so perfect. Everybody, they so pretty, beautiful, handsome, and forget about inside. Because one thing that I've learned, without a brain, you are nothing. If I didn't have this very strong, I would be crazy. But God taught me a way to really take care of my mental health. So anything that they throw at me, I stand and deal with it. And I want you to understand, don't just focus on your physical, focus on your mental too. They all work together. And sometimes I will say you have to focus more in your mental than your physical. I spent so much time with my mental than my physical. Even you think I look good, right? Oh, thank you, my love. I will do that. I will do that. If you can help me out to tell me, because I heard about audiobook, I just don't know like how the step to do for an audiobook, And yeah, I need to do that. A lot of people has they've been telling me that. So that's one thing that I wanted to say. That's one thing. Mental health. I don't know if you hear this beautiful Persian. She was a Miss America. This black lady killed herself. She's a lawyer, beautiful lady, very, very successful. She killed herself because she's been dealing with depression. Another one killed herself. Another black girl again. I don't know what's going on with the Persian beauty and black people. And this really like it's hurting me to see that, because those people comparing my life to them, I said I don't even have half what they have in the world. But one thing that I have is the strength. And if we, all of us, can get the strength, we just have to learn how, spending time with yourself, knowing yourself, know what you need in whatever situation. You have to visualize the situation and understand it. I have to study my ex-husband to understand what can I do. When this man turning crazy and acting controlling, I didn't act like that. I have to. That's why he hated me. You know what they call reverse psychology? I didn't go to school to be a doctor. I am not a nurse. But that's thing that you learn. God give you the wisdom where you can learn from it. When somebody's turning a stone at you, you have to visualize what can I do to stop this stone, And those wisdom, you cannot get them anyhow, anywhere. You have to be very, very careful spending time with yourself, because we live in a world, to be honest with you, so much pressure. Social media, everyone. Sometimes you don't even know the person. The person is in beef with you for no reason. Oh, okay, I will try that. I will try that. They try. And at this time, there was a time in life I couldn't sleep at night. I was very stressed, and I have to learn how to deal with my stress. I have to learn what I can do, what makes me happy. I'm the type of person that is not materialistic at all, but very, very like I like to be free, like free spirit. Like I like bubble bath, I like spending time with myself, listening to motivational speeches, cooking, like natural stuff making me happy, like things that the world don't even do anymore. Going to picnic, to the beach, things you don't pay money. That's what makes me happy. Spending time with my children, dancing. I don't need to go to a nicer restaurant to make me happy. But doing those things, listen to someone that needs help, helping them, and hear this story makes me happy. So I have to spend time with myself, understand who I am, in order for me to know what I can do to protect me. And if one of us do that to us, I can tell you, we will not, the suicide rate will be lower. You hear right now the suicide rate is so high due to the COVID-19. They said it's gonna be higher and higher and higher. So we don't know how long this thing gonna stay. So we have to find a way to protect ourselves. Because Florida people are free to go out, but a lot of states, they have very, very high restriction. Not only other state, the whole entire world. In France is like that. England is like that. A lot of countries are like that. So when situation like that happen, we're no longer free to do what we used to do. Don't allow the world to depress you. You have to find a way. I used to, when I just moved in the home with my children, I didn't have furniture. You know what I used to do? And it's funny, my children, this, I taught them to be survival. And that's when we just arrived. So I didn't have furniture. I had a big thank you. I had a big cover that I used to go to the park. I said, so today we're gonna do we're gonna do picnic. And my daughter is still asking, Mommy, can I have a picnic in the home? So you know what I do? I put the thing on the floor, and I put the food, and that's the best time of their lives. You know, my kids in their dad, they have a room, nice room. My ex, he live in a more $500,000 house now. This home is more expensive. They have a nanny, but you know where they feel free, they feel happy? It's with mommy. Because the people, they don't understand simple things in life. That's what makes you happy. I work in hospitality. You know, people who come to those hotel restaurant expensive, they don't look to see the actual physical thing. They're looking for the experience, how you make them feel special, right? When you talk to them, when you find out who they are, when you're spending time with them, they feel, when you go to read the review, oh wow, this person make me feel so special, this person went above and beyond, and they give you tips because you make them feel special. People looking for experience, not physical looks. It's true we like nice stuff, but in real life, we all want to feel special. We all want to feel love. That's why when you see women go after men for money, and when the man is abusing them, sometimes they kill themselves, sometimes they leave the man, because actually they're not looking for money. They're looking for love. They were born poor, and they think the fact that they were born poor, they never experienced wealthy lives, they need to have money, until they ended up by living with this rich person. They find out this is not truly what I want. I want love. And I can tell you, it doesn't matter, a prostitute, anyone, everyone looking for love. They just don't know truly what they want because they confused. They probably they weren't raised with a family who teach them what is love, and they just think in order for them to find love, they need to find this rich person. And that is very important. Knowing yourself, spending time with yourself, practice a free spirit life, practice a non-violence life, praying, doing meditation, simple things in life. Don't focus on the world. I'm telling you, I disconnect to the world and I am the happiest person ever. Since I'm not on Facebook, this thing, I feel healthy, better, right? And if everyone could do that, that's why in the world we have so many issues, because people, we forget again about each other. With her phone, we go to a place, we are more in her phone than communicate with the other person. Then if I go on a date with a man, you just on your phone, you will never see me anymore, because I don't like that. I want to look at you. I want to speak to you. I want to know who you are. I don't have time for you to be on your phone and try. I don't do that to people. But a lot of us, that's what we're doing to each other. Last time I used to be on my phone all the time with my ex-husband. That's why this man, he didn't need my attention. I have to speak to my friends, my family, because I didn't want to be alone. But when you care, you want to spend time with the person, Oh, thank you, BJ1 for... BJP, sorry, BJ1 Love, for liking me. And I think we need more people like me. I think we have to share our stories. I think we have to be really, really free spirit, and not worry of talking about what we've been through, because you know what? I always said your life story can change you and change other. Like my life story, I try to use it as a healing for other people who've been to the same situation as me, or who are dealing with divorce. Because there are a lot of people who are ashamed, and they believe that people who've been to an abusive relationship are those women in the street, women who looks addicted. But no, relationship can have all type of people. They don't look, in my face, it doesn't say I'm a victim of domestic violence, So you have power in your hands. The power is by speaking up. And I am where I am now because I knew that it wasn't because I am a weak person. That's why this person abused me. You know, it doesn't matter who you are. People who doesn't have a heart, who were hurt in the past, and they will abuse you. And when you have a good heart, when you are a good person, you are a soft-spoken person, you are a loving person, it's easy for them to abuse you because they think you weak until they see you live and you show them your strength. So it's very important to share your story. It's very important to share with others. It's very important to caring for others, because the world needs us. I'm going to sleep. Thank you, BJ1, for staying. Thank you for all of you for staying and sharing the live also, and caring for the world. Like I said, um, yes, because I'm beautiful inside, right? And yeah, because physical is not always everything. People are beautiful and they can have an ugly personality. They can be selfish, you know, very, very selfish, and very never smiling, and they always mean, and that doesn't make them look good. You know, you can be very pretty outside, very beautiful woman or men. Like my ex-husband, he's a very smart man in book, but when it comes to real life, he is an ugly person. Ugly. I even ask me how I get involved with someone like that, you know, how he sees the world. So that's good to walk inside. I would say walk inside more, in your brain inside, than just focus on looks, because I can tell you, when you are beautiful inside, outside will come so nice. You don't need to do a lot to look beautiful. When you're already beautiful inside, it will come naturally. Have a wonderful day, and I'm going to sleep. I have to wake up at 5 for church, for prayers. And when I want to pass a message, if you are in the South Florida area and you are a single mother, and we want to be in contact with you, because there's a lot of single mothers. Being a single mother is not easy, because you have to provide financially and also emotionally, physically. We know how, as parents, children take a lot of energy on us. So it's really hard, and a lot of times you hear mothers killing themselves because they don't have the support system. And we have a group in church that help, like is in live, we speak, we share our ideas, we pray for each other. So feel free to to contact and leave your information, or I can connect you with them. And have a wonderful day. I keep you in my prayer. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful night. I don't know what to say again. I'm so tired. I need to go to sleep. Bye.